good meet. They kind of, we struck the momentum early, and then they took it back, and then, after halftime, Pat, that was a big match. Some big mat returns. Just kind of, I think, how he did it. I think really got the team rolling. Go back to Teskey, and Teskey started us off really well. A lot of the guys were real hard to crack open. And you watch some of the matches; we were having a hard time getting to him, and he put a little bit more stress on the guy, and was able to get a few more points, and obviously get a bonus point to start us. And then Bisco beating a ranked guy who they're probably favored in that match on paper. So it's good to win those. 41, they got. Demas he's dangerous in a lot of positions. Got to be able to create some offense, which he's not very easy to create offense against. But just being able to put two things together in some of those situations. 49, give ourselves some chances early, and more often. There was a couple actually pretty good exchanges at the end. I think with Tristan, I gotta go. He just got to be willing to go a little bit earlier and trust his offense. 57, I thought Hochschlag battled in that match. I think we had. I want to say 97 too. We gave up a takedown close towards the end of the period, and those are always tough to have the no response. The guy takes you down, and there's 12 seconds left, or 5 seconds left, or 20 seconds left, and they ride you out. And I think we had that happen a couple times at 57. But as far as the fight and battle, real good. And then after intermission, I think our guys really responded. Responded that, hey, we have to be willing to do a little bit more in some of these matches. Pat got the ball rolling, and then running really wrestled fearless. I think Montanona is definitely, he can scramble and he can wrestle through a lot of positions. He's dangerous, and you see a lot of guys, they're kind of like hands off, right? Like, I'm not going to wait in there, but you have to trust that your positions are better than any of his positions. I like running his chances down on a low single, and I really love his chances when he's got a cradle locked up. But just fearless, and I really think that helps set the tone for the rest of the guys. Pat kind of got the ball rolling, and you wrestle like that, and you wrestle a guy that, highly ranked, and then you go out like he did, and there was action from start to finish. And I think that, I think the crowd hopefully got excited about that, because you want to see action, you want to see guys scoring points. And the thing I liked, he's down 5-2, and it was like, big deal. That's what he said, big deal. I don't care. He's like, I didn't even know it was 5-2 or I was behind. Because he's just wrestling through positions, and I just don't think that guy's used to a guy coming out and trying to wrestle that kind of pace, and wrestle him through positions, because everyone's so worried about what he does, and he does those things well. But you got to, you can't wait in those positions half-heartedly, and Runyon did, man, and that was a huge pin. And then Parker wrestled, just wrestled all gas, all gas the whole time. And that's how he trains, that's how he wrestles, that's how he competes, and almost get a tech fall, to score that many points. You start putting 20 points on the board, that's always a really good thing. I thought Tyrell did a good job of keeping himself in the match and giving himself an opportunity. Hey, guy's really good on top. That dude is tough on top, but got to be able to create some offense. But at least there's progress from the last week, and that's what we're looking for. And then Carter hit, that was a great shot. Holy cow, that's a beautiful single leg that I feel like you could score on anybody in the country, heavyweight wise, and that was nice, and that kid wrestles hard. He stays in there, and he battles and hand fights, and I like how he wrestles. I think go give yourself another opportunity, go score again, go get back to his legs, and don't leave it that close. But Carter's wrestling well, beating some good guys. I like where he's at. Other than that, good team win, a lot of extra matches, and I'll tell you that. Kind of got on the guys a little bit because I felt like the energy wasn't there. I don't know if felt like there was much energy in the building even. And some guys kind of, I think what happened when you compete a certain way, it changes that. And good win for us. Good way to respond after last week, obviously against Missouri, and now we get ready for Oklahoma State. And Oklahoma State's got a really good team. They're, I don't know, they've won the Big 12 how many years in a row, and. They got a good team coming in, man, and we'll be ready to go scrap. And I look forward to it. But I was happy with the response from the team.
Coach, what kind of went into the decision to put Parker in the lineup this week, and just what kind of juice did he really give you guys just sitting there watching him on the bench?
There's certain standards that got to be held to, and I'll leave it at that. And Parker does things really well, does things right, competes freaking hard. I mean, we'll see Keegan again, but there's certain things that have to be held to, and so we held to him as a program, and look forward to having him back. I mean, I'd love to have that. I'd love to have that guy out there in the lineup somewhere. I mean, that's but there's also, like I said, there's certain things you have to do and you have to follow, and that's got to happen. So so Parker went out there and filled in pretty well.
You mentioned Kyle. I mean, that was a really big win at 33 there.
Yep.
Being able to score there in the third period.
Yeah.
What does that do for him confidence-wise?
Oh, I mean, the thing was, I think that was the fourth or fifth time he was in on a shot, though, and almost had scored. So that he's willing to put himself back in there, that to me, that's very important. That you know what, I'll take as many cracks as it takes to break this nut. I mean, and it took him till that one to be able to score. He got to his other side too. I mean, he got to his right side, which that's the side that he obviously spent more time on. But that he's willing to take the risk and put himself underneath there, that's how you get better. You might lose some matches, and he lost a couple really, really, really tight ones last week against quality opponents, and that's a quality opponent that you beat. And we have two very quality 33-pounders that I know can be on the stand. So now figuring out who's going to be the guy that steps out there for us down the line, I don't know. I mean, that's the condensed season. We'll see this week. I want to see those guys wrestle another common opponent. They got to wrestle another common opponent. I want to see, Bisco wrestle Madrigal. Jack's been wrestled. They got to wrestle him a few times, and just kind of want to see where they're at. But I mean, he certainly should feel confident about how he's competing, what he's doing, and that he's, even if I'm losing matches, man, I'm one position away from winning those matches, and being probably in the top 10, 12 ranked in the country.